Fubo earnings, okay? Fubo, and then we'll talk about what I'm planning on doing with Fubo stock, okay? So Fubo up 41% in terms of revenue. Total operating expenses only up 17%. So it looks like this number in terms of revenue should flip the operating expenses, meaning, should start gaining more in revenue, becomes a bigger number than operating expenses, which is exactly what we need to see, because that's going to obviously start to flip the profitability profile of the company, right? Now, they're making great progress in terms of bringing their losses down, but they're still losing money. So that is an important factor, and that's what makes Fubo a risky stock, right? They've made tremendous progress in terms of net loss margin, but still net loss margin, not net profit margin, right? Adjusted EBITDA, they've made incredible progress in regards to that, but they still haven't flipped that baby yet, right? Subscribers up 23% year over year. Obviously, we're about to go into football season, and so their subscriber numbers should jump immensely over the next, I would say, at least 2 quarters. ARPU is only up 13%. I thought that number could have been higher, in my personal opinion. That's average revenue per user. So they're in their advertising business, in my opinion, slacking. I think they only grew at 5% year-over-year basis. That needs to be growing a lot faster than that. So they have a lot of room to make up for in terms of their advertising business and the growth rates there. We should see much better numbers in future quarters, in my opinion, in regards to that. So in regards to Fubo, the story is definitely getting a lot more appealing. It's no guaranteed story. Well, no stock's no guaranteed story, right? But it's no guaranteed story as of yet, because they're still losing money. The losses are being cut way down. They should get these losses cut down even further next quarter and the following quarter. And so, we could be looking at a cash flow positive situation. They've been talking about 2025. It's possible in 2024. Maybe they're ahead of schedule. A lot of it's going to come down to what their subscriber numbers are looking like, especially over football season, and a lot's going to come down to what their advertising business is looking like. So we'll speak about what I'm up to in regards to stock in just a moment. Now, in regards to Fubo, okay, Fubo's a tough one for me, right? Because the stock is obviously very low priced, and the upside potential in Fubo is ridiculous, like insane ridiculous. Like there's probably... it's certainly one of the riskiest stocks I hold, but it's also one of the biggest upside stocks I hold in terms of just like, you want to talk about insane gains the next 5 years. If they get through this next, few quarters and they flip this baby to profitability, I mean, the upside potential in the stock is absolutely astronomical. And so it's a very tough situation with me in regards to Fubo. But at the end of the day, I'll tell you this, can I buy more Fubo or can I not? The answer is I cannot buy more Fubo. And as bad as it hurts me to say that, I just can't. I own 30,000 shares of stock. I'm taking too big of a risk already in regards to Fubo. I have almost $97,000 invested in the stock. So personally, I can't buy more shares. I'm just going to hold what I got to hold. And hopefully I'll look back someday and be like, damn, I should have been buying more Fubo. That's a much better situation than me continue to plow money into this one and things don't work out, right? So, but in regards to Fubo, it's been a very impressive kind of starting to get things on the right track. They got a lot of work still to do there in regards to Fubo, right? PayPal. So obviously stocks down. In regards to this, I think a lot of people can get lost in kind of the nitty-gritty of user numbers or this and that, but let's not forget this company is a growth engine, and a growth engine substantially. They grew total payment volumes last quarter. In a weak quarter, remember, Apple's revenues are going down this past quarter. PayPal's total payment volume up 11%, net revenues were up 7%, operating margin was up 432 basis points, net income on a GAAP basis was up 400+%, and EPS on a GAAP basis was up over 400%. So at the end of the day, like PayPal's a major growth engine, and I think we shouldn't forget that. And the best part is, it sounds like, based upon their guidance in their conference call, it sounds like business is going to get better moving forward rather than worse, right? So there's a few moves I made in regards to PayPal here today, and I want to speak about those moves, and they're pretty substantial moves, okay? So first thing you guys know is I don't really like doing much in regards to options other than using options to hedge my portfolios a bit. But there was something I did in regards to options here today. And it's pretty rare to see me do something like this, but I did do something, okay? I spent $7,700 on some PayPal call options here today. My break-even's $90 on this. These expire right before 2026, okay? They expire December 19th, 2025. So I have, a little less than 2.5 years to work with here. My break even's $90 on these. Each $15 above $90 is where things get really, really fun. So there's a few ways I can do this, right? I could hold these for the next year or so. If PayPal goes on a beast run, I could take my profit then at that point in time. Or I could just say, you know what, I'm going to hold these all the way until we get to nearly 2026, and I'll sell them as close to the date as possible, right? And at that time, hopefully PayPal's, stock that on the low side is $150, or maybe on the high side it's $250 plus, right? And if that's a situation, you can run the math on it. It's going to be, a pretty profitable situation, right? And I also bought a bunch of shares here today, okay? I spend $14,000 roughly buying about 215 shares. In the public account, I paid $64.77 for those shares. Now, in terms of me, in the public account, I'm up to 1,620 shares. I have more shares across other accounts. So my thing is I'm going to buy this stock aggressively through year end. I'm not going to, stop buying the stock anytime soon. There's just a buy. And, I don't know, I might even buy it into 2024. The good thing for me with PayPal is the stock would have to pretty much like double from here for me to say, okay, let me cool it on buying and just hold now. Like, it's so far away that I'm going to just be able to continue to buy the stock aggressively month after month after month after month for quite some time here with, in my opinion, very little downside risk and quite substantial upside risk. And so when I look at a stock like PayPal, right, the stock's down for 24 months right now. And a lot of people think they've got all of eternity to buy PayPal. There's no rush to buy this stock, nothing like that, right? And usually that's when you kind of get caught on the wrong side of things. And so for me, over this next 6-month period, I am going to add as aggressively as I possibly can when it comes to PayPal. You're going to probably see me buying the stock almost week in and week out for the next 6 months. Literally, I'll be buying the stock week after week after week. I'm not going to be lulled to sleep in this one. The risk reward is way too dang attractive here, okay? So that's PayPal, folks. Very, very excited about the long-term trajectory here. I do believe PayPal will be a $200 to $300 stock over time. It's not happening tomorrow, but I do believe it's going back there. And I believe the chances I lose money in the stock over the next 24 to 36 months is extremely low. So the risk reward for me in regards to PayPal is just it's as attractive as anything in the market right now, from kind of that standpoint, okay? I appreciate everybody joining me as always, folks. Thanks so much for being here. I put together a free workshop for you guys a few nights ago when I was actually feeling good. That's free to access. That's pinned comment down there if you want that access to that.